The Spacevelo Terra X1 is a rock-solid electric mountain bike with a claimed top speed of 28 miles an hour. It does that using a rear hub motor with a max output of 1,000 watts. This here says that it can take a small human up to 55 to 65 miles on a single charge. We'll see about that when we take it outside for a spin and test out all of these. Yeah. Well, that's all I know about the bike so far. If you guys want to go find out all the nitty-gritty details for yourself, the first link in the description will take you right to their website. But instead of doing that, just watch the rest of the video and find out exactly if the Terra X1 is the right bike for you. While I top up this massive 20 amp hour battery built with some of the best LG cells on the market, let's take a closer look at all the components on the Spacevelo Terra X1. Starting out back, you get a set of 26 by 4 inch wide Kenda Crusades. They have a really nice aggressive tread pattern and a nice center channel to keep the ride super smooth on the road. The fenders are included and plastic. And to maximize the weight capacity of the rear rack, they've welded it right onto the frame. It's now part of the bike. You get an 8-speed Shimano Altus derailleur, an 8-speed Shimano cassette, and an 8-speed Shimano rapid fire shifter. And finally, the drivetrain's finished off with a generic set of pedals, cranks, and a really nice big chainring. This is the hardtail frame, so no rear suspension, nothing to play around with, nothing to go wrong, nothing to maintain. The bike's controller is hidden in here. The big battery's in the down tube, and you can charge it with this port right here. Here's what the seat looks like all the way up and all the way down. It's really soft and really cushy. This is going to be super comfortable to sit on for a few hours. Here's what the front fender looks like, also included, and plastic. The front suspension fork is matte black, unbranded. It has preload and a lockout. Here's a little headlight. Looks like the bike has an option for a front rack. I didn't get one, and I don't know if you can order one with the bike, but I'm sure they sell one on their website. The handlebars are mountain bike style. They've got a nice little rise to them. They're not too wide, not too narrow. They feel great. As a shorter rider, I really appreciate bikes with a nice short stem. The ones that are too long just get you way too far ahead of the bike, and they just don't feel good. For contact points on the right, you get a set of lock-on ergonomic grips. These are really nice and soft. They feel super grippy. You've got your 8-speed Shimano rapid fire shifter here, and a nice set of hydraulic brake levers. And on the left side, you've got another set of lock-on ergonomic grips, same soft rubber compound, thumb throttle, and the handlebar mounted display. Buttons look super simple. You've got a power button, plus and minus for your pedal assist modes, your headlight on and off, and walk mode. Let's turn it on. Okay, hold our power button. Turn down the brightness on the camera so you guys can see. And it looks like we have everything we need right here on the screen. The voltage left in the battery, your battery percentage here, your speed. Here's the power you're currently using, your odometer, the pedal assist mode that you're in. There's 5 in total. Your trip, and if you hit the power button here, you can cycle through your max speed, average speed, time on the bike, and your odometer. Here's where you unlock the battery. And there's a little switch down here to take the battery out. Taking a look at the brakes here, they're hydraulic, they're 4-piston brakes, and they bite on 180mm rotors, front and back. Here's what our headlight looks like. Nice bright little spot with a little fill light on the sides. It should be half decent. Here's the rear taillight. Brake application. When you turn on the headlight, okay, bike's ready to ride. Let's take it outside for a test drive. What a beautiful day. Today we're riding the Spacevelo. I believe it's called the Terra Quest. We are out for the maiden voyage today. Like you guys saw earlier, this is a beefy, murdered out hardtail with fat tires. and a rack built into the frame. So this can hold a lot of weight. Short stem, mountain bike bars, fenders, front and back. I mean, this thing has everything you want. 4-piston brakes biting on the 180 mil rotors, front and back. Man, I'm excited to ride this thing. Let's see how fast we can get it going downhill. Time for the hill climb. We got a full battery at 53.4 volts. I'm gonna go in pedal assist number 5. There's our hydrant. 1, 2, 3, go. All right, decent amount of acceleration off the line. Can we get up to 20 miles an hour before the hill really starts? 18, 19, and the bike is actually cutting out for power. So I got up to 20 miles an hour right before the hill. That's good. Let's see what kind of speed we can maintain up this 15% grade hill here. By the way, I'm about 185 pounds right now. With the gear I'm wearing, maybe 190. We are holding strong at 16 miles an hour on the GPS. 17, 17, 18, 17. So it looks like the speedometer of the bike is about 1 mile an hour faster than we're actually going. So not good enough. All right, man, 16, 17 miles an hour up this hill. This does as well as a lot of really high quality bikes. Nice work. Okay, time for the acceleration. I've got the bike set up in pedal assist number 5. I'm gonna go throttle only, see how quickly we can get to 20 miles an hour. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, decent amount of power off the line actually. 13, 15, 17, 19, 20. Nice. And then I did feel that the power just cut off at 20, but I'm using throttle only. So we might actually be able to get faster if we pedal. Let's go over to the island and find out. Right, made it onto the island. I'm gonna start with the throttle on this bike, and we're gonna test out all the pedal assists here. Simply because I believe the throttle on this bike is limited to 20 miles an hour, as with a lot of bikes I've been reviewing, like the Electric X Peak and a few other ones. The throttle is limited to 20 miles an hour, and if you want to go faster, then you gotta pedal. So the cadence sensor will actually get you all the way up to 28 miles and beyond, depending on the bike. But the throttle, I believe, on this bike is limited to 20 miles an hour. Pedal assist 0. Here, let's see what we get. Well, throttle, I'm actually getting some power here. There you go. Yeah, 20 miles an hour and the power shut off. But that's a good thing to know because I'm in pedal assist 0 here. So it looks like no matter what pedal assist mode you're in, the throttle will go and it'll take you to 20 miles an hour. So that's good to know. So let's see what this bike is like to pedal. I've got it set in pedal assist 0. Let's start pedaling this beast. So like any big fat tire e-bike, especially with big 26-inch wheels, these bikes are not fun to pedal without any assistance. They just aren't. They're super heavy, especially this one. It's got a massive 20 amp hour battery from LG and a big 750 watt motor in the back, right? So that's a lot of weight. This frame also is built like a Tonka truck. It's massive. The rack is all built into the frame. I mean, it's built very, very strong. So let's go up to number 1 here. And I was already doing 11 miles an hour. Now number 1 looks like it's gonna take me to about 14, 15 miles an hour. There we go. Let's go to number 2. And by the way, guys, this bike has a cadence sensor, right? So even if I ghost pedal, I'm not even pushing against the gears right now. I'm literally just making the cranks turn and it's giving me the power. I just want to test the motor. I don't want to put any of my own power in quite yet. So about 16 miles an hour on the GPS here. Mode number 3. There we go, bit more power. About 19, 20 miles an hour. Mode number 4. Bit more power yet. It's very gradual. It's just kind of ramping up here. 23, 22, 23. There we go. 23 at level 4. All right, level 5. Drop a couple gears here. So the bike is showing 27 and a half, but on the GPS I've got about 25 miles an hour here. Can I get it going faster? 27 on the GPS, 28 on the bike speedometer. So there you go. 27, 28 miles an hour, check. By the way, guys, I just want to show you the display here. I absolutely love this display. It's minimalistic, it's off to the side, but it has everything you could possibly want to see. On the left here, you've got your power. So this is how much the bike is requesting from the battery to drive the motor. Really nice to see. Also, with the battery percentage here, you also get the voltage from your battery. So you get a very accurate reading of what your battery actually has for juice left in the tank. Get the odometer, and I'm sure, yeah, max, average, time, there you go. And then your trip, your pedal assist mode's in the middle. You have everything you need right there. Nice work. Okay, time for the brake test. There's my 20-foot marker. I've got 20 feet all the way to the first one, and this is exactly where I'm gonna slam on the brake. And let's see if the Spacevelo fat tire hardtail can go 28 miles an hour and stop before the 20-foot marker. Look how badass this bike looks, hey? This is so awesome. All right, let's go. This bike's actually got some good acceleration. Just gonna turn around right here. All right, let's go. So 4-piston hydraulic disc brakes, 180 mil discs, 27, 28. There we go, top speed. Oh yeah, nice. I knew these brakes would do really well. 180 mil discs, 4-piston hydraulic disc brakes, man. These feel awesome. They use mineral oil as well, and they've got a little window here so you can see if you're running out of fluid. As far as the brakes are concerned, I love what's going on here. Nice work. So the beach is that away, and we're gonna get there on this beast. Look how cool this frame is, man. Matte black, murdered out, and the rear rack is just welded right on to the rear triangle. I mean, that's as strong as it gets. There's so many bikes out there that have this bolted on chintzy little rear rack, and they say, oh, you know, you can only hold 40, 50 pounds on it. I mean, this is part of the bike now. That's as good as it gets. All right, let's go to the beach. Yoo-hoo! man, the throttle on this bike is just instant. As soon as you push on it. Woohoo! Now the sand on this beach is very, very loose here. Look at this. And it hasn't rained in a few days, so there's no moisture in it. It's as loose as it gets. But I have a ton of confidence in this bike. These tires by Kenda have huge deep treads, so I think it's gonna be fine. The only question is this bike gonna have enough torque to get us through this sand? Let's go, throttle only. Let's see. Oh, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yep, no problem. All right, let's do a little 360, shall we? I think this bike looks awesome. I mean, for a hardtail fat tire e-bike, I give this one a good 9.5 out of 10 for looks. Matte black, everything. Rear rack welded onto the frame. Nice slack head angle. Fenders built in. This has everything you'd want from a hardtail fat tire e-bike. Really decent suspension, mountain bike handlebars, nice short stem. 4 piston hydraulic disc brakes biting on the 180 mil rotors, 20 amp hour battery, 750 watt motor, 28 miles an hour. Come on. All right, let's have a little fun. Let's see if we can get ourselves off the beach here. Let's go. You know what? I'm gonna try to pedal my way out of here. I am gaining speed on the sand here. Holy 12, 13 miles an hour off this loose sand. Oh man, this bike's got some power. And I think the other reason why it's so good off-road are the tires. These aren't just regular, cheap, generic tires. These are Kenda tires. This is a brand that only makes tires. They're soft, they've got some nice deep tread. I love these tires. They hook up so well on this dirt. This is awesome. Woo! Very, very nice. Right, so let's talk a little bit about ride quality on this Spacevelo fat tire e-bike. Let's start with the contact points. You guys know me, I'm not a huge fan of the ergonomic grips, especially for mountain bikes, but the grips on here are actually really nice. They're soft, they're really grippy. They're not that hard plastic like some of the cheaper bikes have. They're lock on both sides, right? Both the same, so even if you did want to change them out, you'd have no issues finding a decent pair on Amazon or at your local bike shop and putting something that you jive with, right? The seat is really comfortable. It is super, super soft. I absolutely love it. And look at how much seat post they give you. Right? You could be 6'5" and still be able to ride this bike comfortably. Awesome. For me though, I'm gonna hang out down here. And the other cool thing that I love and that relates to ride quality is the nice short stem that they put on this bike. You get mountain bike style handlebars that have a little bit of a rise to them. They're actually nice and wide, so super, super sturdy if the trails get rough. I absolutely love how this bike feels to sit on. And the pedals, well, the pedals are pretty generic. So 20-30 bucks on Amazon, get yourself a decent set of pedals with some metal pins, and you're off to the races. For suspension, well, obviously there's no suspension in the back. The seat is cushy enough, and you can air down your tires a little bit to get a bit more comfort. As far as the front goes, the fork actually feels really nice. I cannot bottom this thing out, which is something I can't say for a lot of bikes in this category. Most of them are super soft. You can definitely bottom them out, and that's gonna break your fork. But I can't bottom these out. They have a nice preload on the left. They've got a lockout that actually works on the right. I actually like these forks. I mean, for a bike in this category, they're okay. I wouldn't go out and spend $200-300 bucks on a better fork if I had this bike. And finally, for handling, this bike feels really good. I like how slack the head tube angle is. It makes for a longer bike, but it makes for a bike that's super stable and super cruisy. The bike is well balanced, and these big fat tires actually have a lot of rotational mass, so they keep the bike upright. It sounds weird to say, but I mean, it's hard to lean the bike over, even if I'm not holding the handlebars. Pretty cool. So final thoughts on the Spacevelo fat tire e-bike. In my opinion, Spacevelo made a really, really good bike here. A lot of the components aren't even branded, but they feel great. They're the right shape, they're the right size. The fork feels good, I can't bottom it out. The brakes are awesome. 4-piston hydraulic brakes biting on 180 mil rotors, absolutely awesome. You get some name brand tires where it matters. These Kenda tires are awesome. Check these out. The difference with these Kenda tires is that they have a center ridge here. So when you're just riding on the road, you're actually riding on pretty much a steady stream of rubber. Now when you lean the bike over, that's where the treads get more spaced out, and then you get all the grip. But when you're riding straight on the road, it's actually super smooth because it's riding on the center ridge. I love the shape and size of the frame. I love how it's all matte black, everything murdered out. I love how the rear rack is literally welded onto the rear triangle, so you can't take it off, but that means that you get the most amount of weight capacity on the rear rack. And the display up here, although simple, shows you everything you want to know. The power being drawn, the exact voltage left in your battery, your odometer, your trip, your max speed, everything is there. And you can see it in the bright sun. But if you guys are interested in finding out more about Spacevelo and the bikes that they make, the first link in the description will take you right to their website. Hopefully they've got pricing up by then. And if they're nice enough to supply me with a discount code, I'll put it right underneath that link. So do not forget to use it. And if the Spacevelo Terra X1 is not the bike for you, that's okay. Maybe the bike in this video will be more of what you're looking for. I'll see you there.